Hi and welcome to BetHelper. The new address at the moment is bethelper.ie/blog. My name is Will Martin. You might have seen some of my videos during the World Cup, so if you have, then that's great. If you're one of the people who responded to me and gave me tips and help of how to put these videos together for you, then thanks a million. Pretty good at football betting, but teaching and public speaking probably aren't my strongest points, so bear with me while I kind of learn the ropes and trying to come up with some good things that you want to see. Always open to new ideas and to find out what people actually want. So if you have any kind of tips or suggestions of what I should be covering, then send me an email at bethelper.e@gmail.com. You can leave a comment on the blog. You can follow us on twitter.com/bethelper. You can respond there as well if you want, and I'll take everything into consideration. So basically, created a lot of videos during the World Cup. Got a pretty positive reaction from people, so I decided to kind of make something more substantial. People were asking a lot of questions about what I was talking about really, and how they can use some of the things that I use to improve their betting. People were really kind of frustrated with not being able to make consistent money. They just think that they're making a good bet, but it ends up failing and backfiring on them. People always have the dream of making consistent money from gambling, which I suppose is everyone's dream really, but it is kind of something that comes with time and expertise. It's not much good really kind of having a haphazard approach to it. People just put their tenner here, their €10, $10 or whatever you're working with on the favourites like Chelsea or Man United, and sometimes they slip up, sometimes they draw, sometimes they lose, and obviously then you would lose as well. So it's basically trying to become consistent, kind of pick out where there's potential downfalls and maximising your opportunities when they arise. So like one of the most common questions I was asked during the World Cup is like, how do you become profitable? I wish there was a single sentence answer to that. I suppose I can kind of sum it up nicely by saying that you've got to match up your percentages versus what the bookmakers think, and then obviously beat them consistently. That's basically the key to gambling. Looking at the bookmakers' odds and finding where they've messed up, where there's a window of opportunity for you to make money that you shouldn't be making according to the bookmakers. Another kind of thing that you should be looking at is trying to beat the bookmakers' off price. So what an off price is the price on a given team at kickoff time. So if you manage to get a higher price on that team by the time the kickoff, what the off price will be, then over time you will start making a consistent profit. That is the kind of simple kind of way of saying how to become profitable. You obviously got to beat the bookmakers, so you've got to come up with your own valuation on each team, and thereby you have to come up with your own percentages and probabilities and stuff. So unfortunately there's no single thing I can tell you to make that a reality. There is a whole series of things that you should be looking at before placing a football bet to try and help you formalize your own percentages and probabilities. And so that was kind of a key area where people were struggling. They go, look, I think Man United are good this weekend. The bookies also think that they're favourites. Is that right or is it wrong? Is there potential for me to make money here, or should I avoid it? So basically what people were wanting from me is to help them put a percentage on a given team for a given match. So basically one of the most basic things that I would look at from a starting point is it's called position analysis. So that would be looking at a league table and then working out the difference between the two teams. So if it's first against bottom, that's obviously team first and 19 places ahead. If the home team or the bottom team's at home against the top team, they're minus 19 positions behind. So then I've carried out analysis on top 5 leagues in Europe, so that's the Premiership, League One in France, the Bundesliga in Germany, Serie A in Italy, and La Liga in Spain. So basically worked out the position analysis for the last, I think maybe 10 seasons or so, and come up with a kind of table that will help you formalize the position versus position of a team at a given weekend, and give you a percentage based on that. It is kind of applicable to other leagues as well. Got a lot of emails during the summer about the Irish League, because it was one of the only leagues in operation, but it would be applicable, but it's not really a type of league that I'd be concentrating on. There is potential downfalls to it. It's kind of a half professional, half amateur league, so it is kind of hit and miss. So obviously plus 19, that means that the team at home are 19 places above the team they're facing that day. So for example, that would be top v bottom 18. The second example here we're working through is 18 places ahead, so that would be first versus second for bottom, or second versus bottom, etc. And basically this will go all the way down from plus 19 all the way down to 0, and then 0 all the way down to minus 19. I'm not going to go through them all now, but underneath there will be a box to fill in. Put in your email there, and if you subscribe to all the videos and all the data that'll be coming with it over the next few weeks. So I'll work through an example. So plus 19 places. No surprise here that the home team are going to be winning on average 86% of the games. The draw comes in at 14%, and the away team has happened a couple of times, but over the course of 10 seasons it might have only happened 1 or 2 games across the 5 leagues in Europe, so that's pretty much minimal, so it's very rarely to happen. Plus 18 places, again obviously you're going to expect the home team here to come out with a huge victory. So again, no surprise here that it's coming up at 84%. The draw comes in at 15%, and the away win comes in at 1%. So again, no surprise here really that the home team is going to win the vast majority of games. It's kind of basic kind of thinking, but it's good to have a percentage to back that up, so you know if it's top versus bottom you can be confident, but you're not going to be 99% confident, which a lot of people would be. Obviously the draw's kind of coming in here a little bit, so kind of a draw no bet might be at play there. Let's look at the kind of reverse of these. The bottom team and the second from bottom team being at home against the top team. So here the team at home comes out with 4%, the draw comes in at 21%, and the away win comes in at 75%. So here you can, if you compare these, it's theoretically it's the same kind of teams playing each other, but down here the worst team has home advantage. So an example here of one of the wins was Man United away to Wolves a couple of seasons ago. Wolves ended up winning that 1-0. It was a big shock at the time because it kind of put a huge dent in Man United's title challenge. But so yeah, it does happen the odd time, but you can be 75% confident of a top team away to the bottom team. So minus 18 places. Obviously it's going to have a little bit more on the home team. So again, it's kind of what you'd expect really, but again it's good to have the actual figures to back that up for you. So again, this is just like the first kind of step that I would look at for deciding what game to bet on, and then if I like a game, I'd look at all the figures and stuff that I've worked out, and then try and come up with what I should bet on and what kind of level of confidence I should bet on. So yeah, as I said before, there will be a link underneath this video to sign up to get the full table. Obviously that's only 4 examples. There's 38 examples in total. of different league positions. So another thing I'm just going to work through quickly here. We've got a lot of questions during the summer about putting bookmakers' odds into percentages. So obviously you have to compare your percentages to the bookmakers' percentages. So the kind of odds format I use is decimal. I think it's definitely the best. It's going to be the way of the future. I think even racetracks in England are looking at moving from fractional to decimal. So if they're willing to move, I think everyone else should be willing to move. And so basically what you do to work out a bookmaker's percentages is you take 100% and then you divide it by whatever the odds are. So take an example of, say the team is 4-1, so then that would obviously be 25. So in that situation, the team has a 25% chance of victory according to the bookmakers. So we'll take another example, obviously 100 again here, and let's say we go for 2.5. So here you can see that the team's going to be a little bit more heavily fancied. Probably not going to be the favourite, but it works out at 40%. So again here, like, it's probably not the favourite unless it's kind of a tight game, maybe a top of the table clash or a relegation battle where basically the people are kind of split on what's going to happen. So we'll take one more example where the team is the clear favourite. So 1.5, obviously you're going to know that that's the favourite, but it works out at 66%. So again, it's not really that difficult when you kind of see it done like that. That is kind of what you have to do this to be able to compare your percentages to the bookmakers' percentages. That's really the only way you're going to win at this game. People will always just go look at a team and then just, no matter what their odds, they'll just bet on it anyway because they have confidence in that team, but sometimes it's really not worth the risk. Say you worked out that a team's got a 66% chance, but their odds were 1.1, which would mean that they've like a 90% chance of victory. I'd just avoid that. Like, it's not really worth the risk. You're not making much out of it, and you're risking whatever you're betting with. So I hope you found that educational and enjoyable. There will be more videos coming. Sign up below to get the full spreadsheet of the workings out. Please email me if you have any more questions. Leave comments below the blog, or follow us on twitter.com/bethelper. The email address is bethelper.ie or bethelper.ie@gmail.com even. So any questions or suggestions, then find us there and I'll get back to you. Thanks.